Why did Mom Donnie win in New York? Y'all want to know now why he won? Watch this.
New York is suffering from a crisis, and it's called halalflation. Today, we're going to get to the bottom of this. How much does a plate of halal cost right now from this truck?
$10.
$10.
Chicken over rice, lamb over rice, $10.
$10?
Yeah.
When you're a street vendor, you have to pay for the food, the plates. How much do you have to pay for your permit?
Before it was 22K.
17,000.
And how much does a license cost if you get it from the city?
I think 400.
And who are you paying?
The permit owner.
You're not paying the city.
No.
You pay the permit owner $22,000 just so you can sell this food.
Yes.
And who is this?
A random guy.
Have you ever applied for a permit?
Yeah, I'm applied and no come anything.
It's long wait. I'm number 3,800 something. And
After 2 years, you're number 3,800.
yes.
These are the 4 bills that are sitting in the city council right now, which would give these vendors their own permits and make your halal more affordable. But Eric Adams hasn't said a single word about them. If you own the permit, then how much would you charge for the plate?
$7.
$8.
$8.
Would you rather pay $10 for a plate of halal or $8?
$8.
I think $8 is the way to go.
If I was the mayor, I'd be working with city council from day one to make halal $8 again.
So, how was it taste?
Tastes like $10, but it should be $8.
I see the look on your face, Reese. That's what we're talking about. You have to message. You have to walk people through, explain to them in a way that they understand. And it's not standing at a podium saying, grocery prices have gone up. The middle class is hurting because of Trump. My colleagues will come up next to further explain how the Republican bill is going to hurt all Americans. Ain't nobody watching that boring ass stuff.
That's true. Look, he had me sold. I was like, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. $8 is definitely better than $10.
But he took a 90-second video, showed you the food, showed you real people, talked about permits, talked about who they paying, what the price was, showed the bills, and you like, damn, all that's going on?
Yeah. No, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. It was personal. It was policy. It was connecting the dots. It was showing the implication of government for people who are so disaffected and disillusioned and just think it doesn't matter who's in office. It doesn't matter what government does. It showed a very tangible, relatable reason why it does matter. So that explains, like you said, a lot of what his appeal is, because he is connecting the dots for people who just don't think that it matters. I do want to go back, though, to Congresswoman Latifah Simon, because she really is sensational. She's not just great in terms of being able to dismantle that racism and that ridiculous hearing, but I want to shout out legislation she put forward because, you know, she is legally blind. And she put forward a legislation to provide mobile vision services for students. That's the kind of legislation that doesn't often get touted, but I think she deserves so much. And then obviously we all know that Congresswoman Crockett, she broke it down and made it plain. The reality is that we need to reach people who don't get that government can work. They don't get what's not working about government and why. And they don't get why the people that they send to government can actually help it make work better for them. And so the more that you have Democrats out there who actually know how to talk to regular people, and we're not talking about just the white man diner, working class diner that Bernie Sanders has been trying to get for the past however many years and still lost 2 presidential primaries and got fewer votes in Vermont than Kamala Harris, but he trying to bring her up on the negative. We're talking about regular schmegular ass people, the people that make the difference between Democrats winning and Democrats losing. That's what we need to be focused on, reaching those folks.
And look, listen, this week, Nola, the Democrats chose Congressman Robert Garcia to be the ranking member of the House Oversight Committee. Frankly, leadership did not want Crockett. They took a vote there that told the members how to vote. She then drops out. They let Garcia. Now, Robert Garcia, from all I understand, is a great guy. I ain't never heard of him. In fact,
he is great.
In fact, yeah, but here's the deal though. I ain't never ever used a clip of Robert Garcia. I can't even remember coming across in terms of these hearings. Now, Latifah, Summer Lee, Crockett, Frost, my man, I can't remember him, the guy from Texas, the new guy from Texas. I've seen that. I'm like,
Great.
okay. Oh, I'm like, all right, who you? And again, I'm flipping through right now. I'm going through his Twitter feed. You know what I see? Come on, switch, y'all. I see MSNBC clip. 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 And I'm just simply saying, say, dog, if you want to sit here and reach some folk, then you gonna have to sit here and talk to some non-sources. And I don't know what they doing, why they, in terms of why they chose them. And I've seen a lot of these stories, Nola. Well, you know, I'm not quite sure what went down. They don't like Crockett, this, that, and the other. But guess what? She raising more money than them. In demand, is communicating in a way where a new generation is appealing to them. And so where I come from, I'm gonna get the ball to the person, to my shooter who's hooping. Like, if I'm playing ball, I mean, you might be a good rebounder, but if she's scoring, yo, I'm passing you the rock. I'm putting you in position to score. And I don't know what's wrong with the Democrats. They sort of want this nicety, and I don't want you to be too loud, and I don't want you to be too aggressive. I'm not understanding what their strategy is. Maybe you got some better insight, because I don't know.
Well, you're not gonna like what I'm gonna say, because Robert's a friend.
That's fine. He could be a friend. He could be a friend, but I ain't never heard of his ass. But go ahead. I just said, listen, we can start singing a whinings a friend, but I'm just simply saying I ain't never heard of his ass. But go ahead.
Well, first of all, Robert ain't that nice. He's not that sweet, and he is a fierce defender for the LGBTQIA community, he's gone viral multiple times for clapping back. Before actually Representative Crockett actually got to Congress, he was actually the one keeping foot on neck with Marjorie Taylor Greene. But honestly, my how I feel about it, if it wasn't her, I'm glad that it is him. He's a very skilled lawyer. He's a very skilled communicator. And like I said, he is a fierce defender for his LGBTQIA community. And he was a very effective mayor in Long Beach. And so, you know, when I attended Reese and Clay's town hall, when Representative Crockett kind of made the statement about she wasn't the favorite, my worry was, okay, who's going to be the favorite? And when it was Robert, I was okay with that, because he's not nice, he's not sweet, and he will keep that energy and take it to you. I'm gonna
need to see it then, because thus far I ain't seen it. And I spend a whole lot of time pulling clips and watching stuff, and I'm just saying, that's just me. Reese, real quick before I got to go to Congress with all my
Well, look, he's in the crosshairs of the DOJ because he made a joke of Elon Musk's dick pics in the hearing, and so they want to prosecute him for that. So he's definitely under the skin of the people of the administration. He definitely got that fire. I'm team Jasmine Crockett, but I'm also team Robert Garcia. He ain't no slouch. Keep an eye on him.
That's fine. He might not be a slouch, but I need to see him on fire. I'm just simply saying I don't see.
And you will.
Okay, all right.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna send you a clip.
No. I need to see more than a clip. I need to see a body of work.
I'll send you a body of work.
I need to see a body of work, because all I'm saying is, if you Democrats across the country, who are you asking to come speak at your Democratic fundraising dinner? Are you asking Garcia, or are you asking Crockett? I'm just simply saying, I'm gonna put my hot folks in position, and I'm not gonna have them on the sideline on the bench. I'm putting them on the court. That's all I'm saying. All right, y'all.
But she did drop out the race.
No. Hold up. No, she didn't drop out the race. Leadership took a vote and they signaled to all the members how we want you to vote. And then once she saw that, then it was let me drop out. That's all. That wasn't no normal dropout. That's no, Richie. That ain't how it went. That ain't how it went.
Roland, I think the strategy, and I'm saying the Democratic Party isn't in shambles. It is what it always is. It's the place we can use to advance our interests. It's a soft white nationalist party. So there's several things going on here. We all know, of course, it's reported that they wanted Stephen Lynch, the 70-year-old. So what they did yesterday was break seniority. Put a pin in that, but when they're in the majority and Crockett can run again as the chair, the ranking member ain't got a whole lot of power. They got their bomb throwers on both sides over there. Let them talk. We talk about the clips. We don't care who the chair is, especially when they're in the minority. I think there is a strategy at play here, but it's because people like Mamdani, whose father is a famous Africanist, he was born in Uganda. The people like that are forcing the Democrats to have to choose. This is what Bernie Sanders is saying. Either you're going to get down with these young people and these progressives, or y'all ain't going to have no party because we're going to take your party. Yep. They're using the Democratic Party as a host, and that's the way you have to use these parties.
Well, I'm gonna need them to be a little bit more fired up.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. The window to invest in Fanbase is closing. We've raised over $10.6 million of our $17 million goal. That means there's room for less than 6,370 people to invest in Fanbase for the average amount. The minimum to invest in Fanbase right now is $399. That makes you an owner in Fanbase today. Go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. Why? Because current social apps have taken advantage of users for far too long, with content suppression, shadow banning, harmful racist content, and no real tools for monetization and equity. Fanbase has over 1.4 million users and counting, allowing anyone to reach all their following and monetize their content from day one. Social media is the new TV, and whoever owns the apps that distribute that content have the opportunity to own potential billion-dollar companies. While big platforms with uncertain futures are failing to serve their users, Fanbase is stepping up to fill the gap. Don't wait until it's too late. Invest now, invest for yourself and your future. Go to startengine.com/fanbase and own the next generation of social media.